Hey, it's Dan Holloway here from Scrap the 9 to 5. Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably already hovering over this kind of area here, waiting for that little skip ad button to appear. But before you do, if you've ever dreamt of having more in your life, maybe a better career, better business, time, freedom, wealth, happiness, whatever it is, it might be worth holding on for just a second. Now imagine if you're in your life right now, if you had nothing that was stopping you, nothing that was standing in the way of actually pursuing that life that you want. What would you spend your time doing? Who would you spend your time with? Would you quit the rat race? So the reason that I'm asking this is because I want to make a bit of a prediction. Now I predict that there is one single thing that is standing in between where you are now and that perfect life that you'd love to have. Just one thing. Now look, I know that sounds a bit far-fetched because obviously I don't know you personally, but stick with me here because I'm basing this on my own life experience and how I actually managed to create an online business, how I managed to leave a near six-figure sales job to pursue that and ultimately create the life that I've always wanted to create, a life of freedom. So when I was in my early 20s, I was young and I'll be honest, pretty stupid. Made some really bad decisions throughout my life, which ended up, long story short, with me being about £30,000 in debt. Now, for someone at that age, in their early 20s, to be that much in the red, that's obviously a pretty serious thing. And I ended up going into depression. I was completely lost. I didn't really know who I was or what I was doing. I completely buried my head in the sand. And as Tony Robbins says, if you're not happy with your life, your circumstances as they are now, and you've got no vision for the future, then it's highly likely you're going to end up in a pretty bad place, which is where I ended up. So at the time, it seemed like literally the worst thing ever. But when I look back on it now, I realised that it was literally the greatest thing that could have possibly happened to me, because it taught me the single greatest lesson of my entire life, a lesson that has shaped everything that I've become and everything that I've done since then. It was so important for me. And the lesson that I learned was that the only thing that stands between where you are now and where you want to be, where you want to become or get to, is fear. That's it. And that fear will often wrap itself in a story that we tell ourselves, like a reason that we can't get the thing that we want to get, such as I'd love to have that house, but I can't afford it, or if only I knew more, had more of a skill set, I could have started my own business. Like if I had a bit more money, I could have followed that passion, started that business I always wanted to start, or if I just earned more money, then my life would be better because of this. Basically anything where we're telling ourselves that I can't be, do, have, get X because of this thing or that thing or this person or something outside of your control. Any time that we're telling ourselves that sort of story, that's fear talking. And that could be fear in the form of, could be fear of loss. It could be fear of failure. That's a big one. Fear of criticism. That's an even bigger one. What will people think if I fail? So Henry Ford says that whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're probably right. And when I had this realization at that moment, my life changed. Literally everything changed. I got myself a job at a software company, and over the several years that followed, I worked my way from the bottom of the sales floor to the consistent top 2 of the entire sales floor globally. Obviously it took a lot of time, but with my new mindset, I was able to do that. And then fast forward to 3 months ago, an ad popped up on YouTube from two guys, a couple called Gerard and Merrily. Now, they talked about a life of freedom. They talked about how they can work from anywhere in the world as long as they have a laptop and an internet connection. That is all they need to run their business. And I was looking at the ad and I was thinking, wow, this is what I want. This is the lifestyle that I literally dream of. This is everything I've been looking for. And then in that moment, they appeared and they talked about two of their personal mentors, Stuart Ross and Jay Kubasek, who helped them down this path, showed them how all of this is possible. And Gerald and Merrily, they gave me a 7-day video series for free, which outlined the principles, the basics, the foundations, kind of gave me that framework of how you could create this lifestyle, this business. And from that moment, I'll be honest, I was massively skeptical, obviously, but I looked at it and thought, well, it's free. There's no harm in checking it out and seeing what the deal is. So I had a look, I popped my email address in, I got the 7-day video series, and my goodness, am I glad that I did, because that has started me on a journey that now has led to me ultimately quitting my near 6-figure sales job at a software company called Lead Forensics, creating my own online business and building the lifestyle that I've always wanted, building that lifestyle of my dreams. Without Gerald and Merrily, don't know whether I'd have actually, gone down this path. So I'm at a point now where I've developed this kind of lifestyle for myself, and I want to give that same 7-day video series back to you, free. Same one that got me on this path. Now look, be under no illusions. I'm not, it's not going to be easy. I'm not saying you're going to be able to click a couple of buttons and get rich overnight and go traveling the world tomorrow. It's not going to happen like that. It takes a bit more work and a bit more to it than that. You're going to have to learn things. But if this does sound interesting, and that kind of lifestyle, or ultimately the opportunity to create any lifestyle that you want, have more time with your family, with your friends, playing golf, whatever it is, if this sounds like the kind of thing that would help you create that kind of lifestyle for yourself, then all I need you to do is click the link either up there or just down there, just below this video, it's either there or there. Click the link, that'll take you through to my website. You can have a look over my website, see a bit more information about how it works, about what the system is, so on and so forth. And then if you pop your email address into any of the boxes, I'll send you directly myself this same 7-day free video series that I first got. And again, it's free. There's no harm in checking it out and seeing what you think, because at the end of the day, look, you're intelligent enough to figure out, whether it's going to work for you. It's not for everyone. Not everybody wants to go down this path, and that's okay. And only you know whether this is right for you and your life. As I say, I don't know you personally, right? So that's a judgment call that obviously you would need to make. But as I say, if it does sound interesting, if it has kind of sparked your curiosity, then click the link right there or down there, go to my website, pop your email address in, and make your own judgment call. See what you think. All right? So thanks very much for listening. Really appreciate it. And if you would like to learn more, then I look forward to speaking to you on the other side. Bye for now.